everyone, and welcome to Let's Talk About It with the Borderline Chick. So I first want to start off by saying I was not expecting the last video I posted about suicide and surviving it. I was not expecting the views I got. Honestly, I wasn't expecting to get that many views on any of my videos. I mean, sure, I want them, of course, but it was I was shocked, I guess. With that being said, though, I did not put enough behind that video. If you follow my videos, most of you know that, well, for one, I have borderline personality disorder, the quiet type. I also have been going through some narcissistic abuse, and that really has consumed my life, and it seems like everything has been about that lately, which I don't regret by any means, but at the same time, that video should have been more transparent and more personal, and for that, I am making a new video, part 2 of that, or whatever we want to call it, I guess, to be more accurate. Terms of how we're gonna name this title, but I feel like part 2 is good, but then I think about it and I'm like, not really, because it should be the original. So we'll just call it the updated version of we'll call it 2.0. We will call it Suicide and Surviving It 2.0. There we go. So now that we got that taken care of, I'm just going to dive into this. And we all know I'm going to circle talk. Eventually I will get off track and I'll talk, because that's who I am and that's what I do. But I will try to stay focused on the subject in matter. Okay, so first of all, December 28th, 2017, that morning, and I had planned this. I had planned this for months. I didn't know I was going to be doing it in Oklahoma at the time. I decided, like, I was done. I couldn't take anymore. I'm over it. I didn't know I was, I knew I was going to do it. I really didn't have a plan from the very beginning of how I was going to do it. Things just kind of happened, and as they happened, they just kept growing, and I told a lie I regret, but because I was gonna die, like, I didn't think past that, because there was no consequences when you're dead. There was no there was none of any of that. So thinking that far ahead was not ever in my brain. I was going to die. I did not want to live anymore. I could not handle life and secrets and somebody to feel, I wanted somebody to feel a fraction of what I felt. And, this was pre-diagnosis. So I didn't even have the understanding or the idea that I felt on a deeper level. I experienced things on a deeper level, and I didn't know I was different. I knew I was different. I just didn't know how I was different, or really that I was different. I guess I don't know the exact words I want to use because I can't think of them, but I knew I was different. I didn't know how I was different, why I was different, what it meant. And I couldn't hardly understand why I was different. And I experienced a lot of the negative things, and like I couldn't see the negative things. Devastated me, and the negative things that happened in life devastated me, no matter what size they were. They could be big, they could be small, but they still, like the smallest thing was the equivalent of the biggest things. And the big things, oh my gosh, they were bad, but it's almost like the bigger things I was able to handle better than the smaller things. And I knew, like, now I know what they are. They're episodes. I call them episodes, or rational and irrational Savannah. But when I go through a BPD episode, like back then, now looking back, I didn't know what it was then, but now I like the littlest things could be the end of the world for me, and I'd always come out of it. And even the big things, like I always had the motivation and the power to, like, pick myself up, dust myself off, and try again. Literally. Anytime I failed, like, I had that ability to recollect and just kick life's ass again. And I think it's because everything was black and white, and like there was no gray area. It was either you do it or you don't, you will or you won't. Like there was no middle ground ever for me in my life ever. And it's you survive or you don't, and that's a big thing. A lot of my ways of thinking and my actions, even as in now, like I'm trying to change a lot of those things, but there's a lot of things that are like just survival for me, like the whole thing that I just said, you survive or you don't. And that was a big deal because I wanted to survive. And for many years, even throughout, I had 5 other suicide attempts previous to this. And I think those suicide attempts were easy. They were easy in the moment. They were very regretted afterwards. Unlike the last suicide attempt, almost fatal, my most fatal suicide attempt, which, don't get me wrong, I'm not validating my other ones, because they could have been just as fatal. But it's those, they weren't as serious as far as medical help needed. Now, in those moments, the people that knew what happened should have done something, and I shouldn't hold resentment, but okay, so I shouldn't hold resentment, but I do hold resentment, because if something would have been done previously, then I might not be in the situation I'm in. If somebody could have been kinder to me, if somebody could have made me a priority, if somebody could have been there for me, if my parents could have been parents, if all these what ifs I have. And some people might be against what ifs, some people might be like, you can't live, what ifs, woulda, shoulda, couldas, but I say fuck that, because there is a million what ifs that have kept me alive, and I'm forever grateful for those what ifs, or those shoulda, coulda, would ifs. Because there's a million of those shoulda, coulda, would ifs and what ifs that have saved me, and I'm sure have saved millions of other people's lives. And I know I'm circle talking, but it's just, don't ever let somebody tell you or be mean to you or be rude about the what ifs and shoulda, coulda, would ifs, because those what ifs eventually turn into shoulda, coulda, would ifs. And you took that path that kept you here, and if you would have attempted one of those shoulda, coulda, would ifs, or you failed to see a what if, you might not be. So keep that in mind.
Through neck and shoulders out. Do you want to reply?
No. 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 Sorry. Okay, so anyway, so getting back to the topic here. So those shoulda, coulda, wouldas and what ifs saved me a million times, and I just so happened to the last time I mentioned that those other times had been easy too in the moment, but regrettable afterwards. This last one in 2017, that was a very different experience. It was very easy. I really wanted to. I was calm. I did not cry. Everything felt like it was routine. And the next thing I know, I'm waking up days later from being in a coma in a ventilator because I could not breathe on my own, I was mad. I was very, very angry that I was alive. And thinking about it is very sad because it gives me cold chills to this day on how easy it was for me and how chilling, like I get goosebumps every time I talk about it. And it, like, I got up and I, like, everything felt like I was doing something that I would normally do. And, you know, I have 2 kids, and this is not the time I should be talking about this because I'm going to cry, but it's okay. I have 2 daughters, and they're perfect. They are perfect. The loves of my life are my 2 daughters, and okay. So I had a job interview, so this is probably not going to start out the exact spot that I left off because I can't remember it, and I'm driving down the road and I'm not going to search it. So, back to topic though. I was talking about how easy it was that day, and like when I woke up from days later from the suicide attempt, I was mad. I was pissed because I did not want to be alive. And at that point, it didn't register in my head then, but later on, looking back at that point, it gives me cold chills. It's shocking. So I am forever grateful that that those doctors saved my life, and everything happened and transpired the way that it did. Because if it wouldn't have, it could have just been like, my sister is the one that came home and found me, and she left work early because nobody could get a hold of me. And this is not my blood sister. I don't even consider her my sister anymore. But I will forever be grateful for her for saving me that day. Forever. Okay. But she did me a favor, and even when I feel like on my bad days, I feel like I can't do this shit anymore, like, and my only way out is death again. Like, I'm so very grateful and thankful that I'm here and I'm alive. Because I have a lot of people to prove wrong. Like I am worth I am worth it. I am worth more than I've allowed myself. I'm worth more than I've been given. And since then, since 2017, have I had suicidal thoughts or ideations? Yes, I have. I cannot lie to you. There's been plenty of times that I thought or felt that my only way out of the pain that I'm in and the suffering that I suffer from is death. And I cannot, as I said earlier, the what ifs have kept me going. Like the what ifs of what I could be and who I could be and the person I want to be actually happen. That girl's what ifs are what keeps me going and keeps me like, I don't want to die. And I literally, like, in those moments of my worst BPD episodes and my desperation and my tears and my depression and my sadness and my hurt and my pain and my pain and my hurt, and I put exclamation points, I can't talk, exclamation points, there we go, at the end of hurt and end of pain, because it's so intense and it's so real and I can't shake it. And what I've come to realize, though, is those moments I know I'm still okay, and I'm thankful for that, because it's not the moments of my despair that I act out on a suicide attempt. It's my moments, it's when I stop crying. It's when I stop feeling. It's when I have nothing left. So, sorry, I went retarded. Like, she came home, she found me, and that's kind of how the start of saving my life started. And then it was, and like, how do I